Leo killed Maxwell's.
Admit it!
Admit what? What are you talking about?
You killed Maxwell's!
It's time to move on. There aren't going to be any more time travellers in our lives.
You know I'm from the future, right?
Dataline's still doing experiments.
He confirmed that we were wrong about how Dataline worked, but that the experiments were still being continued. So what's the plan then?
We have to take down ThornCorp.
The grid mainframe, a supercomputer program designed by a small group of scientists working for the Nazi Party. You won't die. If you are a clone, your brain should heal quite quickly, as should your memories.
Once I knew my true identity, I learned there's no true way to stop ThornCorp.
I understand that the board of directors need time to think upon the offer, but it's been 3 months now. ThornCorp needs all the funding it can get.
Oh, please, you sound so pathetic. We are not going to wait. We need something to generate interest into our company.
They've been there since the beginning, and we didn't even notice.
Stephanie, dear, could you get me into contact with some scientists who used to work at Dataline Laboratories?
This was their plan, to get to me.
Mr. Thorne? What's this for?
Money for your, treatment.
What was that all about then?
He needed to know some necessary information. Do not worry. It'll all become clear soon.
From today, there will be a curfew that will begin at 7 p.m. every day until ThornCorp.
Log 57. I'm in London, but goodness knows where. It's on the verge of stopping ThornCorp. But it's like taking one step forward and 2 steps back. There's something about this whole thing which is just too familiar.
London has been destroyed by a missile that struck the Westminster area.
Leo,
I am not Leo.
do you remember me? We really need to talk. What happened after you remembered?
How do you...
I'll explain in a minute, but I need to know what happened before I can say any more.
That computer. The grid mainframe. He made me remember who I really am. I attacked James. I beat him up. and then I killed him.
Can you be sure of this?
I keep having flashbacks, and they feel real. But they just don't feel like myself, but it's too real to ignore.
You couldn't control yourself. Like I suspected, you were original at some point, but then you became a clone. Now I just need to find out how and why.
When Matt was dying, he tried to tell me. I wouldn't let him.
What's your earliest memory of something not quite feeling right?
I'd say maybe a few days after the Dataline company was destroyed.
Did anything happen to you?
I was hurt badly and James looked after me. I fell unconscious and I woke up at home.
Right, I'm going to go do some digging.
Wait, hang on. What about how you knew about this?
I travelled back in time again.
But that's impossible without a portal.
I broke into the ThornCorp building where they'd set up that nuclear bomb to go off. But I failed. And I don't know what happened next.
Interesting.
All I know is I've travelled back in time by 3 days and I've cocked up.
If you give me your wrist strap, I can find out what happened to you.
Okay. Guess I'll have to wait then. Thanks, Leo.
Please, don't call me that.
So what do I call you then?
Call me John.
Alright.
Right, I couldn't actually hack your wrist strap, but in the end I didn't need to. It was sending off a warning signal to my computer anyway.
Saying what?
Temporal reversion?
Oh god.
And what is that exactly?
I've gone back in time too much to create a linear timeline now.
Right, I have no idea what that meant, but it doesn't sound good.
It isn't. We have to keep up to keep the timeline on track.
But how does that work? How can you and James go back by nearly 900 years, change time, but you can't go back 3 days without feeling ill?
Because we're not born for another 880 years, give or take. The effects take longer to catch up with us, but it's different now.
What?
Look, I'll explain later. Do you have anything that I can use for now?
This nuclear bomb you spoke of, I think I know it. My brother threatened the whole southeastern side of England last year with it.
So, how did I survive the journey back here then?
There are frequencies within the bomb. The explosion will set off an actual time portal.
You mean this is the moment they created it?
Exactly. I assume it's how they plan to harness time travel.
There's no need to worry about Jackson now. What of this Miss Foreman?
We have agents watching her home. And tomorrow I'll have a warrant issued for her arrest. She's got nowhere to run. We'll have her soon enough.
I'd say good word if you didn't let her go in the first place.
Like I said, sir, we'll find her.
Very well, but there is another matter to attend to. This man attempted to break into Dataline today. I believe he has been working with Simmons.
What do you want me to do about it?
I want this man found. And killed. Thank you, Miss Harper. Oh, my apologies. You're not Miss Harper.
No, it's alright, okay.
And who might you be?
Stephanie Miles.
Pleasure to be acquainted with you. You're my new PA, I presume?
Yeah, first day, yeah.
Oh, I thought as much. I'd have remembered you otherwise. Now, Stephanie, you don't mind if I call you Stephanie, do you? Wonderful. Now, please, do tell me a bit about yourself.
I just wanted to work here, I suppose.
You're nervous. No, please, honestly, relax. Take a seat. I like to get to know my employees on a first-name basis, Stephanie. You must pass through the mainframe with flying colours. Please, tell me more about you.
Well, I finished school with 9 GCSEs.
No. You've already got the job, my dear. I just want to know more about you. Why? Why are you here?
Okay, well, I've been very appreciative of Dataline and ThornCorp since they came into power, just everything over the last decade seems to have benefited everyone. The last government was just,
Useless?
Yeah, exactly, sir.
Politicians. Rather an ancient form of power and organisation, wouldn't you agree? They're just in it for the money, after all. We're here to make a difference. I'm glad to hear that you're benefiting from ThornCorp. That is our purpose, after all.
Absolutely. I was just wondering, forgive me, I shouldn't.
Don't feel under pressure, my dear. You and I are going to be working very closely, I assure you. Feel free to tell me anything.
Well, I was just wondering, can I ask a personal question?
Of course.
I really look up to ThornCorp, everything the company has built, everything that it's working towards. It's just, I feel as though we could go on for generations, as though we finally have a purpose. It's just something so pure. So, sir, I was just wanting to ask, why did you decide to do all of this? Why would you want to help people in the way no one else would?
Not many people know this, but I feel like I can trust you, Stephanie. I feel a connection between us, you see. I hope you feel the same.
Yeah, of course, sir.
My older sister was dying, you see. It was a long time ago now. She was only 13. And she was brilliant. The brightest mind this world had ever known for a long, long time. It's been 15 years and not a day goes by where I don't miss her.
I'm sorry, I never knew.
But my point is, no one would help. I mean, my family's always had money, sure, but no one in power took any notice. They neglected us. They've always preyed on the weak and defenseless, but no matter how poor you are, or no matter how much money you have, they care about nothing other than themselves. And when she passed, I knew I never wanted anyone to go through this again. I knew I had to make a difference, to make the world better. But I want you to remember, ThornCorp isn't in power, it's Dataline. Mr. Stevens is doing a fine job right now.
No, of course, but I'm sorry, sir, but I have to ask. What's happening in the Dataline branch in Malton?
Well, yes, we've had a few issues with some wannabe activists who feel as though they can bring things back to the way they once were. But luckily we can defend our cause. I've told Mr. Stevens to use necessary force against these vigilantes, if you will. I'm sure you'll understand. I'm sorry, that's a board member calling me now. I've got a lot of work to do.
Yes, of course.
Oh, and Stephanie, you seem to believe in a lot of the goals that we've set out to achieve here at ThornCorp and Dataline. I look forward to seeing a lot more of you as we work closely together to build a better future for our companies.
Yes, of course, sir.
That'll be all.
Leo Simmons and Noah Crimson are getting closer to the truth.
Are they on their way here?
They will be.
Surely you can stop them!
There is no need. It could work to our advantage. Once they discover what we've been doing, Simmons will come straight to the building. We can subdue him. He will complete Project Emerus.
1941.
A supercomputer defense program designed by the Nazis to win the Second World War.
Was that Enigma?
No, Enigma was designed halfway through the war. This is something different.
It became self-aware in 1944 and then used their own technology against them.
The Nazi scientists were able to shut it down just in time.
I guess they didn't do a good job then.
The job was too good. Computer software, especially when self-aware, never gets 100% deleted. Some things are always left behind.
The grid mainframe must have built up its resources over the last 70 years. We need to disarm the bomb.
I've got this.
What's that?
It's a virus, an Armageddon virus to be exact. It's power enough to take out entire networks. It might just be enough to distract the grid mainframe whilst we get on with stopping it.
But you'll die. You need to live.
Why? I'm a clone. At the very least, I can find some old documents online telling me how to remove the nuclear rods from ThornCorp's bomb. Therefore, it will just be a normal bomb, and it will just, at the very least, demolish the building.
Even if that thing goes off, it'll be sent somewhere in time.
Don't worry, I know. I'm willing to take that chance.
Enter. Yes, Stephanie.
Security have spotted two suspicious people. They would like to. They asked me to ask if you'd like to engage.
No, they're guests, you see. But tell them to keep an eye out, but let them pass. That'll be all. Oh, and Stephanie, do remember our one-to-one later? I'd like an update of your progress.
Don't you always?
I need to have a meeting with these people. May I help you?
No, we're fine, thank you.
Oh, please, I insist.
You can drop the act, Thorne.
Ah, Leo Simmons, I presume. Good to finally meet you in the flesh. I can see our little plan worked to, how would you say, bring out the best in you.
I know about the experiments you did on me with Professor Jark. Why didn't you stop me and my brother from leaving?
We already had your DNA to clone. After Jark got himself killed, I worked to get Project Emerus started.
What's Project Emerus?
I saw that in the file months ago.
How poetic. The very reason you are the way you are. The truth behind the cloning, and you didn't even know.
You go to the server room.
So you think you have a chance, do you? Stop the bomb, save the day, bring down ThornCorp, all that hero stuff like in the movies. You can forget it. This is the real world. I didn't just want clones. I wanted to make the human race more superior to what they are than what we were.
So you've got similar abilities then?
Oh, not just similar, Leo. I'm better.
Greetings, Crimson.
Hello?
I see you are trying to hack into my secure servers. They are not online, they are physical.
Hard drives, I suspect.
There is no use. I have copies and backups everywhere.
Who got you working again? Who gave you the power?
What does it matter? The bomb will detonate in 10 minutes.
Stop.
No, I'm saving the world.
You are preventing the world from evolving like us. Change is a part of human history, and you cannot stand in the way of that.
This isn't change. We're not evolution. We're experiments. What even possessed you to do something like this?
Emerus. Experimental mutations exceeding regular universal standards. My way of showing that the human race can be more. So much more.
Really? Or is it something to do with Lily Thorne?
How do you know that name?
She's your sister, isn't she?
How do you know that name?
It's on the screen in the other room, but I also recognise it since you're in the good mainframe warp to my mind.
That's not the point of conversation right now, and if you ever try to use that to manipulate me again, I will kill you. Slowly. Painfully. But I digress. You need to realise that you are a clone and you belong with us. That's why I'm giving you a chance.
I was human once.
Leo Simmons died 6 months ago. You're just a copy who's been living out another's potential lifespan. You've got half the clone's instincts so far. Imagine what you could do with all of it.
Without my personality, I'll just be another ruthless killer at your disposal.
Your personality is the ruthless killer, you're just not listening to me!
Well, why would I become that? I killed my friend for absolutely no reason whatsoever because of this.
Oh, Leo. You really think you killed him for no reason? James Whitfield became too much of a problem.
ThornCorp has a vision for everyone in Britain, for everyone in the entire world, you understand. What is this, you ask? Allow me to elaborate. We will be manufacturing new treatments, calculating ways to find cures that will revolutionize human science. We will develop new superior technology. We will work with the police, creating new ways to bring justice for those who have been wronged. I tell you, the future that I see before us is great, one where there is no sickness, no poverty, no corruption, no weakness. It is a world that will be truly pure. Those who accept this deserve to be part of this new world, and we will stand together, hand in hand, and enter it. Stay down. Do you really think that a bullet could stop me?
Oh, please. You think a gun could kill me? That would accomplish nothing. Even if you did, someone else would take my place at ThornCorp. Killing me won't finish anything. It has come to my attention that you have one of two choices. You can leave now and remain unharmed, or you can remain here and be shot down by armed security that will be through the door any moment. I leave the rest to you.
I have to finish this.
You see, he brought it on himself, of course. I had to do what was necessary.
Exactly. I assume it's how they plan to harness time travel.
How'd you have that conversation?
I immediately hacked into your wrist strap upon your arrival in this time period.
You've been following us the whole time? Why didn't you just attack us when you had the chance?
ThornCorp needed the perfect excuse to act on what it believes. You rebels were that excuse. We've been following your efforts, including those of James Whitfield.
It's a shame. A waste. Well, you were perfect, Leo, the perfect clone. Other than myself. Oh, harnessing the altered DNA from you and I together could have brought a new dawn for mankind. It could have brought her back. Lily. Sweet, innocent Lily. Brilliant. Oh, but she can wait. It looks like I'll have to start over. No, what have you done?
John, what's happening?
The bomb is no longer nuclear. It's just a bomb. I'll stay with it.
You what?
I need to make sure the good mainframe doesn't try and flip the rods back.
Look at this image.
What's that?
It's hard to explain. That's Agent Nathan, one of the members of the Final Act.
You're not telling me this. Why?
You'll understand soon. Goodbye, Leo.
Goodbye.
Activate Thorne!
My work here is done.
There we are.
Agent Nathan.
I don't know who the hell that is.
Yes, you do. You're the man who will join the final act.
The what?
You just don't know it yet.
You're unarmed. Who the hell are you?
I'm Leo Simmons. I'm here to help you.